Hello, everybody. Welcome to Build Fly Go. This is day 13, and it's a Friday. And let me tell you, it worked out just like that. So, we got up bright and early. This is right around 6 a.m., and we're departing from Coroa d'Avion. We're very thankful for all of the support from them, and we wish them the best of luck with their event next week. I hope it's fantastic. It's a shame we won't be there. So we are getting ready. We departed. We had a flight plan, took a couple of pictures and all that kind of stuff, and took off. After having the forecast done and briefings and all this kind of stuff, really covering our bases on making sure the weather is good. And it doesn't look fantastic, but it actually is pretty nice. It's bluer than it looks. It gets much bluer. So we get going, and we're above the weather for a lot of it. You'll see coming up, and we come down and land at this great little aerodrome. So Brazil calls the commercial airports, and airports that are for general aviation, they tend to call them aerodromes. I don't know that they're all called aerodromes, but it seems reasonably consistent. So you'll see us refer to an aerodrome or an airport or one or the other, and just that's the distinction. So here we are. It was a nice day. We took off. It's really early. We hadn't had coffee, but it was a very nice flight. I did take a nap. You might notice me putting my head down here on a pillow every so often, and Mary flew for a little bit. But yeah, I will catch up in just a sec. Watch for a while without me. So here we are coming to land at Aeródromo Domingos Rego, and similar to a lot of the other smaller airports, they were incredibly nice to us, had reasonably priced fuel, and offered us hangar space and all that kind of stuff. Uh, it was a little not the easiest airport to get down. We sort of were stuck above the clouds for a little bit. And we were considering diverting to the big airport, which is right next door, that has an approach, but we found an opening and we followed that twin that's fueling up right there in, and it turned out okay. So we're all good there. So the plan here is to get fuel, relax for just a minute, flight plan, and then go and continue to Belem, which is sort of the almost north, straight north in Brazil. Um, this, as you will find out shortly, did not work out. So we take off. We had a briefing and weather and all that kind of stuff. Everything is good. The weather looked roughly like it had been for a lot of the inside Brazil flights. So we take off thinking we're just going to be zigzagging around very isolated CB, and unfortunately, it did not turn out that way. We made it about halfway, and then it just got dark and unpleasant, and we couldn't find any openings, and we really weren't able to outclimb any of the clouds because they were all up, coming up on 40,000 feet ish. And we don't have oxygen and definitely can't go that high anyway. So we get pretty far. I want to say we're about 45 minutes out, and we're looking at possibly diverting to an airport. Look at that on the left there. Diverting to an airport on the north coast of Brazil, not the Belem one. So we're trying to go underneath to see if that'll work, and it's not. The clouds are coming down, and I really don't want to be flying IMC in here because there's a lot of isolated CB and we don't really know where they are, and it's just like I don't want to mess with it, right? So at one point we decided, okay, this just isn't working. We don't have to be there today, right? Like, let's not rush this. Let's go back. So we decided to just turn around and fly 40 minutes back towards Domingos Rego, and the weather's sort of clear in that direction, so it was a nice change. And they weren't expecting us back, but they happily topped us off again and offered a very, very reasonable price for an overnight in the hangar and to get us a hotel and a car and all that kind of stuff. So they took very good care of us. Criazo, thank you so much for your help, and everybody else on the staff there. You were all very helpful. As Continental mentioned I believe on their Instagram, a lot of this is about community, right? A lot of this is about pilots helping pilots and aviation people helping aviation people. And it's really shown on this trip how the community is phenomenal. The aviation community is just phenomenal. So thank you, everybody. And we are spending the night in Teresina in Brazil, and we will hopefully continue tomorrow up to the Amazon again. Follow along for more. We'll talk to you soon.